Hello again, guys. We're now continuing on, hopefully piecing this back together again. I'm sorry if my voice was a bit quiet last time. I just replayed the video, the part 2 which you probably just watched. I'll try and talk a bit louder. Right, so now we've managed to rescue this part from the second melted printer that we took apart a minute ago. We're going to put it all back together again. So first things first, we slide this piece back in. Which is probably easier said than done, I imagine. Put those cables through there. I've taken 2 apart, but I've never put it back together again. So should be interesting. Right, so that's on there. Next part, there were 2 screws. Pop that on. A couple of these. So I think they're just here. Yeah. Like so. Let me just angle that camera around a little bit more. See how far we can see. Yeah, it's not too bad, you can see. It's fine. Right, yeah, so now I've got that on. So I'm going to go anyway. The next step is to put the power supply back on. So first things first. Goes like so. Quite interesting actually, if you see how close you can see it from there. There is a secondary board here, which I mentioned I think in the first video, that has a momentary switch which registers the loading tray has been put in. And also there's some form of another switch here which measures, I assume, pressure or weight. Now this little board, this little PCB, has some horizontal female header connections, and if you look on the back of the power supply here, you can see you've got the male equivalent. So you're able to change a horizontal and vertical connection for 2 different boards together, which is, I think, quite neat. Right, so first things first, I plug in these cables again. One goes in there. One goes in there. And that one goes in there. The nice thing about these connectors is that you can't put them in the wrong way because they only fit in one direction. That's what happened. Right, now I'm going to screw it back together again. So first things first, try and line everything up. Get those header connectors in there properly. Like so. There we go. Now it's got to screw all the screws in. There's a fair few of these. That's all back on. Pretty good. Right. Right, the next stage is to, actually I might put that little cover back on the back first of all. Try anything else. Now the question is, I think it was that way. So you're going to go on one way, we'll figure it out. Or was it that way? Aha, that way. Clips in there. Like so. do you think? There you go, that's on. Right, so next thing to add on is the laser. Just took it off last time. This panel, go through here. In there quite happily. Very neat and tidy, these things, by the way, they're locked together. This is good engineering. Right, screw this down. So, all these cables feed through this little hole here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That's not happening. That's the case of swatching them all in. That's good practice, I find, when taking something apart. Let's take lots of photos so you can see exactly where the connections were. Now I zoom back to the earlier photos, so to remind me of which cable went where. Now this cable, again, that's the one with the 3. That one there. Next one was this one. That went there. Then it was the blue cable, which went there. Slides in, like so. Then there was this power down the bottom underneath, which plugged in there. And there's one more attachment, a little bit fiddly. Just goes underneath, which goes that way up. Definitely fiddly, this little one. Just slide that in there somehow. When they design these things, they put just the right amount of cable. They don't leave a lot to spare. Get in there. There we go. And that was in, that was in, that was in, that was in, right, they're all in. Good-o. Right, that's all screwed down nicely. Right, so in theory, we don't need necessarily to put on all the side panels and things. I believe the only real main contact switches are for the loading tray itself and for the ink tray. So if I put this back in, like so, take the tray in, like so. Short intermission there. Right, continuing on. I'm now adding the side panel back, which goes here, which is in. Right, now pretty much all back together again. Just the top panel. Okay. Right, I'm not going to bother screwing that bit down. That bit can stay off now as well. I'm going to go and test it.